All right, Houston, Texas. Some trivia about Houston, Texas. Erin?
Yes.
The typewriter was invented here. Did you know that? By Neil Armstrong. He got off of the rocket ship and he was like, Houston, we need a device that I can use to write a letter to tell you we don't have a problem. The moon looks great. I can't wait to get back to Houston. Guest comptroller Erin McGathy, everybody.
Wes Anderson is from Houston, which I found very surprising.
Lance Henriksen?
Wes Anderson.
Oh, Wes Anderson. Fuck that. I was all excited. Lance Henriksen. Holy shit. That's awesome. Wes Anderson. I mean, all right, fine. He's not here, is he?
Yeah, he's in this podium. He's in an adorable pink hand-drawn diorama.
Is it twee?
It's very twee.
All right. You cool? You look very nice tonight.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
We'll edit all this out. What do we refer to? Like, the people are listening. They're like, I just started cutting the carrots for my salad. Hurry up. Do your show.
Now it's a segment called Shadow Puppet Theater.
Whoa, look at that. Whoa. For those of you listening, there's an amazing shadow puppet. Facts about Houston, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's on the Houston River, which runs from Dallas to the Gulf of Mexico. Mm-hmm. Houston was a port city founded by travelers who were selling pelts and spices to the Houstonina Indians of Texas.
This is reading like the shittiest fifth grade book report right now. All right, Dan, I know that you prepared this right before class, but go ahead.
What would become Houston, Texas began as a cowboy hat store next to a cattle trough where you could slake your livestock's thirst or fit it with a custom hat.
Yeah.
Soon after that, the local barber moved in. Back then, a lot of people don't know this, barbers were also the police and dentists. There was a famous shootout here at the Houston Corral between a cow that didn't get his hat fitted properly and a dentist that thought he was in charge of the law. I'm sorry. Did you have something to say, Erin?
I was just curious with the barbers and the dentists. Were they carrying instruments like true to their profession, or did they have guns like cops? And then also
a typical Houston dentist in 1900, which is when the city was founded, would have as a deputy or sheriff, they would have a gun, wear a 6-gun on their hip, and a big hat made next door. But as a dentist, they would have the dental tools as well. And there's a lot of famous stories. Billy the Kid, he's famous for shooting 59 people. 47 of those are Houston dentists. And it's not because he was quicker on the draw. It's because they forgot they were on the clock and they drew like a pick instead of a gun. And it's a simple mistake. They were actually better cowboys than Billy the Kid. He wasn't that big a deal. He just spent a lot of time in Houston shooting innocent dentists. Innocent, talented, wonderful, law-abiding, quicker-on-the-draw dentists who made a simple fuck-up and paid for it with their lives and were reduced to footnotes in the history of some asshole who preyed on dentists. Houston exists in the shadows of egomaniacs, tyrants, liars, politicians, vampires. They sit here, they weather the storm. Houston, that's why the first mayor of Houston, Richard Dawson, called Houston the city on the verge. That's what it's called. And you can see it on its license plates. Houston has its own license plates. It's the only city in Texas to have its own license plates as of 1983.
I heard that you know about the infamous Houston Underground, the society under the city.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that?
Houston is famous for having a city underneath itself called Houston because it gets really hot here in the summer. And if you need to get your hair cut, you could die just walking from your house to get your hair cut. So they have adopted the practice that moles and ants before them have adopted of staying underground to stay cool. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
Don't shame them for it. They're an underground people.
But it was controversial because they're taking up a lot of the city's resources.
Well, the controversy is actually that they cheat. A lot of Houston is actually in Arizona.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And they do because they do this weird measuring thing where you can only technically, if you're measuring property, you have to do it above ground. And so they cheat, and actually Houston is 750,000 miles in diameter, and a lot of it exists in under Las Vegas and Phoenix, and they use it as a tax dodge, and it's a big problem. But it's sensitive, and you can hear these people. I think you can hear their silence and their murmuring. It's because they're sensitive about it.
Yeah.
They know.
Yeah.
They know that Houston is guilty of this, but at the same time, they profit from it.
Totally. I heard that all the highways in Houston were built by Beyonce's dad.
That's correct. Heinrich Knowles, the third. He was a former Nazi sympathizer turned 1940s Houston engineer. He was at the forefront of the automotive revolution. He designed a lot of what we call today's highway system. He started in Houston. It was a sort of a guinea pig city. Yes. Again, you're shaming them, and they don't deserve it. They're a good city. They've done a lot of good for a lot of people, and you're bringing up the terrible things, that they're mole people who were founded by a Nazi.
Obviously, Houston is infamous for danger and mystery and intrigue. I have so many questions, and because I know that you know so much about it, I keep on asking.
The typewriter was invented here. It's focus on the positive. This is the first city to ever elect a three-legged governor. It was the first city to elect a governor. They rose above the tyranny. There used to be a rule that if you were a city, you couldn't elect a governor. They used to tell you have to elect a mayor. It's fucking horse shit.
Yeah.
Houston broke that wall down. Houston said, no, we want a governor. And he's going to have 3 legs. That's all lost. It's all lost to history. Now you look it up and it just says some crap about mission control. It's just garbage. It's a bunch of big NASA politics.
Yeah, as somebody who's planning on going to the moon, I mean, you're kind of this is a really important city. This is our the United States elevator to the moon. This city.
I'm not using it, but you I mean, we're not going to start. I mean, it's too but have you heard about you said moon elevator? You know about you guys know about the elevator principle? Like somebody was telling me about this.
This sounds like breaking news.
Do you have a sound cue? Is that?
This sounds like breaking news.
All right. Yeah. I'm going to get this very wrong, but there's this principle that rocketeers, I think they're called, it's space engineers, are talking about, where it's actually might be actually practical scientifically, rather than launching things to and from the moon, that we should build a space elevator, because the physics work out that that gravity is a problem when you're building towers and shit, but if you commit and actually build a tower tall enough, it gets out into space, and then of course the opposite effect is happening out in space. And it's you could actually just make this metal noodle connecting the Earth to the moon. Or maybe just the Earth, maybe not to the moon, because I think that would bend and break it. I don't think you should connect anything between the Earth and the moon. But like to build like a space elevator that takes you out into space rather than a rocket that you would just, I mean, you know. And hey, let me tell you, I hope nobody farts in that thing because that's a 27-minute ride minimum.
This has been Moon News.
Yeah.
Dustin, could I have it so I can just play the cue whenever I need to play? I have several cues that I'm very proud of. And
can you hint to me the kinds of things that you have music for so I can bend the show?
I can't because I think you'll tell me not to do it.
No.
I can. Can I get a drink? Can I get a tequila?
Jesus. Oh boy.
Here we go.
How it starts. Movie of the week.
This has been Moon News.
What do you want, Scoops? You want a vodka?
I just want to end that. No, I want tequila because I quit vodka.
Oh, your health kick. Okay, give her tequila.